Hello everyone, Creighton here again, making another tutorial video. This time it's going to be on Knight TP allocation. I'm going to be using the add-on character plan, which is normally used to plan your gear, but it can also be used to plan TP. So I'm going to be using that to show the distribution of how you should distribute your TP. Okay, first, the best way to do it is to go around and max out all the skills that max at 50. See, 50? You could tell because it'll say in purple text the maximum level of the skill is 50. So you're going to want Shielded Discipline, which is on the main tab here, because it absorbs 63% physical and magical damage for 30 seconds. It says it also repels 100 light damage, but that's actually like exactly 100 points of light damage, which is pretty useless, and sometimes it's even just 50. The main thing is the absorb that you want. Next, you obviously want Enhanced Armor because it increases your defense by 62.5% for 5 minutes. So, yeah, naturally you're going to want that maxed. Punishment, it doesn't do anything for your aggro. It's a good skill to have kind of otherwise, and for Knight Warrior, using that with the 70 Elite, it increases your light damage by 26%, so that's good for that, but you don't really need to sink TP into that. This one increases stamina, but it doesn't do it by a whole heck of a lot. So it's kind of like a TP sink, but it does help a little, so I bring that up to 50. It's good to bring most of your useful skills up to 50 because it only costs very little TP to actually do that. 50. Okay. Increases your parry rate, that's passive, so naturally you want that. Increases your stamina, so you want that. Holy Strike you're going to want to level up, so we're going to put that up to 50. And here it's unlimited TP in this character plan thing, so it could bring it to whatever level I want, but right now I'm just bringing it to 50 just so I could show you. Strike of Punishment, that's good for siege because it's also, I guess, good for some mobs for tanking, so you can prevent them from attacking, so bring that one up to 50 as well. Don't really need to go further than that. The rest of it, if you go further, it's only going to lengthen it by maybe 2 seconds, so it's not that great. So 50 would be good for that. Disarmament, you don't really ever want to use this, especially if you have a druid in the party, because their reduction in the defense is far greater than this, and this one replaces that. So this stacks up to a total of 12%. That part doesn't change with the scaling, so basically we want to leave this alone. Okay, moving over to Knight specific. Okay. This has all of the Knight Priest elite skills in here too, so we're going to go to this one, Shield Mastery. It maxes at 50. That increases the shield's value by 63%. So that's good. Threaten, that is your most important skill, so you want that one maxed. It increases your aggro by 136.5% for 8 seconds while the buff is running. It also does damage, like additional damage from the holy seals on the target, but it's not necessary to have them on the target to make that skill go off. Just reminding you that there. Okay, threaten, charge, I bring this up to 50, because I'm not sure if it's still the case, but before you needed that to be at least level 50 to unlock Shackles of Light. That roots all enemies around you for 6 seconds, which is good. While enemies are rooted, they could still attack, but they can't move. So if you pull more mobs than you were expecting or that you think you can handle, just throw that skill up and it'll hold them in place and give you 6 seconds to try to get aggro on all of them. Okay, is there any more? Holy Illumination for Knight Priest, max that one because that increases the physical damage and magical damage by 10% of all party members. So that's misclicked that there. Want that level 50. Okay, next page, Holy Protection, Knight Priest Elite, you want that level 50. Shield of Valor, level 50. This one, it reduces the inflicted aggro by 25% and increases physical defense and magical defense by 25% for whoever that's on. But if it's on yourself, it does not reduce the aggro, it increases it. So that's a very nice one to have. Shield of Valor, it increases your parry rate by 50%. And yeah, it says every successful parry for the knight skill will reduce the cooldown of this skill, which is basically a holy strike, but it puts 4 holy seals on at once. That part I never really pay attention to, it's just the parry rate that's good. Now that's a flat 50% on your screen, it's not an increase of 50% of what you have for parry rate, so that is pretty awesome. Shock, I also bring that up to 50 because this one stuns the target, which is good to, if your priest is far behind or something like that, you just shock a target to stun them to prevent them from doing damage on you. And also this is the skill with the furthest range that you have, so if you need to pull a monster that's far away without trying to pull everything else, you use shock to pull it, because I think the range is like 180 or 150, something like that, and all of your other skills are max of 80, so this is double of what any of the other ranges of any of your skills are. So that's good to have. Concentration, another Knight Priest Elite, max that because it gives crit rate and accuracy. Holy Strength, max that at 50. Increases your strength by 20% and light damage dealt by 20%. That increases the damage done by your Holy Strike, Whirlwind Shield, Truth Shield Bash, Threaten, Shock, any of your skills by 20%. You're not going to have a lot of strength, so that 20% increase to strength isn't a whole lot, but yeah, that's one of your skills you use before running in. It'll help a lot with initial aggro. Now this one, for me, I only kept this one at 70, but probably want it higher, so first just put this up to 50 with the other ones. Resolution, this is a good one to have. I just use this as a self-heal, but on Knight Priest it's actually very good because its effect is actually doubled. So I'll leave that at 50 because, I don't know, it's not worth putting too terribly much TP into, but it's still useful. Holy Smite, okay, this is another, just an elite, I'll put that at 50. It's high DPS skill, or high physical DPS skill, and it's the highest physical DPS skill that Knight classes have access to. So if you have the TP and the luxury to max that eventually, do that, but after you do with all of your aggro skills. Divine Protection, I'll leave that alone. That's the level 70 elite. That's when Holy Aura is cast. It'll reduce the damage received by your party members, as well as like a regen on the party members near you. It's nice, but I don't know really anything about that since I haven't gotten that skill yet. Anyway, so mainly what you want to do is round robin these skills up. That means, like, since I have this one at 50, I don't know, if I have the TP to get them all 3 to 60, bring them up to 60. Yeah, I'll leave that one alone. Whirlwind Shield, up to 60. This one, forgot to level that one. That one's another very important one. That one, get that up to 62. And thought there's something. Truth Shield Bash, here it is. That one up to 60. Now you're going to want to have Truth Shield Bash and Whirlwind Shield to have more TP in it than Holy Strike does, as well as this skill. Oh, totally missed that one. This one didn't used to be a good skill at all, but now this one is actually worth putting TP into. This is the one that I'm working on leveling up. It increases the healing you receive and the damage dealt by you. That is like Holy Strength's 20%, but this is passive. So it increases your light damage by 13%. So you'll be doing, as you increase the skill, you'll be doing more damage. It doesn't scale very fast. It goes up by 0.2, then 0.3, then 0.2, then 3 by every level, so it's like every 4 levels it goes up 1% or 0.9 or something like that. So I don't know. Keep that one at 50 for now. Just make sure I didn't miss any other ones. No. Okay, so it's going to do more for your aggro if you have most of your skills around the same. So I don't know. I would get this to 65. Well, you know, do these ones first to 65, but try to get all of them to 65. I just like going up by 5 levels at a time. But it'd probably be better just to go by 3. But I don't always do things right. Sometimes I like to see the pretty numbers just like round out at a flat percentage, like with like a 0, not a 3 at the end. But that's just because I'm weird like that. Anyway, I'm rambling. Yeah, so that's basically what you want to do with the rest of your TP after you have most of the stuff at 50. Just keep leveling up Whirlwind Shield, Truth Shield Bash, Holy Power Explosion, and Holy Strike. It's going to do more for your aggro if you have basically them all at the same level versus like this one at 95, this skill at 50, and then this skill at like 53. So, I don't know. It's better just to keep doing it that way. It's going to be slow, but the payoff will be worth it for it. So since you're level 95, you probably have enough TP to get them to probably all 70. So that's a good place to do it. But like I said, first go around and round out all of the skills that max at 50 to 50. Put Devotion to 50. Charge to 50 to make sure you have access to this skill. Resolution to 50. If you're Knight Priest, I'd use that before going into a boss fight, and if not, I'd use that as an emergency heal. Holy Seal, just throw some TP into that when you have the chance. I don't like really ever use that on a boss, so that's not too important. It gives you the same aggro modifier as Holy Strike. And actually, I think on Knight Priest it does a little bit more damage than Holy Strike. Let me bring that up to 70 just to double check. 4.4, 3.8. Yeah, it's a little bit more damage. So, I don't know. If you want to put more TP into that for Knight Priest, though, it's entirely up to you, but I just use Holy Strike since that's spammable. There's no cooldown on it, and you'll be using it a lot more, so I just figure it's more worth the TP to put it into that. So, yeah, just make sure you get this to 50, all the skills that max at 50, this to 50, that to 50, that one to 50. That one's good to be at 50, and then these two to 50. And if you ever just want to throw a little bit of TP into those other skills you maxed at 50, just do that whenever you see fit, but mainly just work on the 4 skills: Holy Strike, Holy Power Explosion, Whirlwind Shield, and Truth Shield Bash. So it's pretty easy. So that's for Knight Priest. I'll do Knight Warrior real quick for the elite skills. You want to make Weapon Mastery level 50 because it increases your damage by 38%. You're going to want, where is it? Quick Reflexes, leveled up pretty far because it increases your parry rate and your crit rate by a huge amount for 30 seconds. This one at 50 because that's the 70 elite I was talking about earlier. When you use Punishment, it increases your light damage by 26%. And then Authoritative Deterrence is very huge. It's a taunt, and it increases the damage on the target by 45.5% at level 90 and 47.8 at level 95. Also increases your aggro, but it's not any different prioritizing than Knight Priest. Yeah, this is what all my skills are at. See, maxed at 95, that one's at 90, 95, This one's at 90. I have some TP into there. See, there's no TP at all into disarmament. Yeah. It's basically what I said before. See, I just started adding some TP into that as I was working on it. And yeah, it basically sums up the TP distribution for knights. Don't really know too much about Knight Scout or Knight Rogue or anything like that, but that's just for Knight Priest and Knight Warrior, and I hope the video was helpful. Alright, see you in the next video.